versus ET versus Tiny. Should not be good for
I feel better already.
Crow had to sacrifice his arm to change the outcome of TI9, or is this just a filler arc before OG faces off against the final boss of Secret? Tune in now for game number 2.
You know what
I think it's really cool is when you see picks like jump from top tier team to top tier team. So Puppy going into this tournament was actually spamming a lot of Treant Protector in his pubs. Next thing you know, we've got Nigma versus OG, the matchup they had before where, yeah, OG did manage to 2-0 them pretty easily. Nigma were the ones to draft the Treant Protector, and now in the lower bracket final, game 2, OG is going to pick up Treant Protector for the first time in this tournament.
And it is going to be a position 5. We've seen it in the 3 position. It definitely helps that it's this flexible pick. ET as well. Seb playing this hero makes it a lot easier to work it into a draft. The old tree cut tactic.
Cutting through the trees together. Quelling Blade for Armin, Quelling Blade for Miracle, and GH lurking on the side here. They are going to be playing the other Titan's going to making his way across the map here. Is that a Saksa?
It looks like it. I think they're going to swap the lanes. They're going to have they're going to have No Tail go bot.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was like, that's a little weird. Surely it's a core Elder Titan, as we've seen.
Wait, Seb is up here.
Yeah. So aren't they swapping the lanes like you were talking about?
But No Tail's staying up here, so I was thinking it was No Tail swapping because the trees have been cut. But now they want the ET versus Slark matchup. But they're also swapping Enigma.
Yep.
It looks like, okay, they're just making sure they want to see mind control is mid on Magnus. Okay, this is a wild game already.
I mean, this is the part that like, they have to leave a support in lane when we're doing this musical chair shenanigans.
Absolutely.
Right? Like, you have to make sure somebody's there to collect the experience. That's why Sox is currently bottom lane.
GH TP bot too.
He's one of the best heroes to do so. And look at this snipe of the courier. Mid one. All right, as we're going to go round and round and round, I might as well make good use of this this time. Snipe out a courier.
It's always funny to see how people use this running back and forth between the lanes. So, okay, Seb, Midwood's up here as well as Seb. This is a 2-core lane.
Gonna try and run down RMN here. The magic missile gives him a little bit of time. Mid one shows up. All of a sudden, okay, hold up. This isn't where the Timbersaw wants to be anymore. Almost getting that kill. What are they gonna do about Weehaw though?
The problem here, though, is that mid one, he leveled up the jump, so he doesn't have his Jingu to deal with the Timber.
And they need to actually give him some space to get that experience, but right now they're stacking up as 3. So things are definitely a little bit awkward right now.
Still 2 cores in the top lane. I love when teams do this. Their solution to the lane shenanigans is just, all right, I'm a support now. Look, he's just supporting.
Yeah.
They're trying to get mid one that level too, just like you mentioned. It's cool that he's staying here though as a core to do this.
Yep.
Like these top teams, they just don't really care about farm distribution in the game.
Yeah, it's not like it's that bad to give your Phoenix early levels.
Yeah, of course. We've seen
Weehaw is actually maybe gonna get run down here.
Normally.
Okay. First blood for No Tail. I did not think that was going to be enough damage, to be honest.
Neither did I. I mean, you're 2 strength heroes versus a Timber, right? Like, this is what he prefers to be against.
Gets out the Fire Spirits. Is that enough for the dive? It is. They don't get the last 2 hits off required to get the kill.
Unorthodox, but effective.
And now, finally, we're going to have Seb rotate. Now, the TPs... Oh, never mind. They killed the Timbersaw. He TP'd up to top lane, so never mind. We're all good.
Yes, this is exactly why you leave Seb in the lane like that. That's the ideal thing that can happen when you're doing these lane shenanigans, is you force that death into TP.
Saksa is going to be spotted here. They only need a couple of hits for the Fateful to get the kill here. Jump forward, Weehaw gets eliminated there real quick. As the Monkey King begins to amp up a little bit.
It's a second death on him too, so he's no TP for getting back to the lane. For a little while.
Equally so, I feel like this bottom lane, like Elder Titan versus Slark, that's a matchup you want to have if you're OG, but I could see how just a bit of an experience lead and a free bit of gold Like, you know, Seb kind of like was hurting his own game by being top the entire time.
Yeah,
I could see how this Slark wins the lane pretty heavily now if he has an advantage. Oh, what a dive forward, and they should be able to get the kill. Oh my god, there it goes. He dies. Saksa, he'll die to the tower, but right as I say, I could see maybe the... Oh, he actually gets off the healing salve. It's not left with a ton of regen, and GH is still trying to hunt him down with the boots here. Saksa, a little bit of game of ring around the roads. He blocks out one side. Needs to go back in, though. Cut down that tree. Blocked out by your own branch. Oh, no, Seb. Oh, they need this kill. They need this kill really, really badly. Because just like they did to Weehaw, if they kill Seb here, he cannot TP out the lane. Otherwise, they do the switcheroo again.
I honestly feel like he's just gonna respawn and then walk to lane.
I think so too.
Just because whatever at this point, like you can just split farm with your Phoenix and basically just run 2 3.5s. That's totally okay between these two heroes, so you don't really need to TP to a lane.
Okay, TP'd up to top, and we're gonna have
He's supporting.
Hey!
Just kidding. No, they're gonna. Okay, so they're just gonna go for the hope that he doesn't just TP back up top on Timber.
Well, I think his TP is still on cooldown, if I had to guess, for another 25 seconds. Probably similar to Miracle here. They probably swapped at the same time. So there's going to be a small window where they get the matchups that they want, and then maybe we're going to just keep going again. 5-minute bounty runes are coming up. That makes things even messier as GH is going to be run down mid-1. Apparently not afraid of skipping out on the lane just to secure a big kill. In fact, that's a level 5 Rubik, so that's actually a really nice kill to get on top of securing your bounty runes.
Yeah, with the lane shenanigans going on right now, that's huge.
There's only so many trees there.
The next label playing.
And he will be caught. Can he get the Roshan suicide? He cannot.
The next label playing. The next label.
That hero's attack animation is so slow, and you have to walk up and hit Roche or walk through him. It's a hard deny to get. He's just jungling. Oh man, yeah. His game has been pretty hurt by this top stuff that's going on in the top lane. I think giving mid one that solo XP on the first few waves was extremely smart from OG. He can just completely dumpster this Timbersaw.
Yeah, Nigma's lineup looks really awkward if the Timbersaw doesn't have that confidence to be able to man fight against OG, right? Because they are so reliant on Timbersaw kind of being unkillable and just in fights all the time. Mind control. Looks to be able to chase him down with a skewer toss back there from Thompson. Picks up the double damage rune in his bottle, so gets a refill there as well. That was really nice.
A 1v2 as well.
Miracle. Gonna punch him in the face. Gets his spirit back. Miracle, you don't want to trade with this Elder Titan, man. This is why they want the ET versus Slark matchup. One of the few melee heroes that can go and man mode up against Miracle, but now the spirit damage is gone, and it's a tri-lane now. So, he dies, and GH immediately teleports to the mid lane where they're going for the dive right now, trying to get the kill onto GH. Thompson, does he have his combo left? Yeah, he does. He does, and he gets that kill as a result. But Thompson will take a lot of damage on his way out here. The Whirling Death, the first one's not enough, but the second one, if he hits him, it's going to be close, but he gets the Fairy Fire. He's okay for now. A Timber Chain. There's a tree right there. Oh, he cut it with the Quelling Blade. Thompson read his move exactly, and Weehaw will have to give up on the chase. What a sick move.
I can't believe he had no expression on his face when he did that. He just knew that was going to work. Yeah. He wasn't even afraid.
Oh, the avalanche. That's always a problem for the Timbersaw. Constant stuns make the Timber Chain a little worse. Let's see, back into that when they were going on mind control and then dove the Rubik afterwards. This is that first kill. Managed to get that back. I think we're going to have a lot of that. Flashing back and forth between kills missed and kills currently happening because just something about OG Nigma, man. There's kills all over the map.
Mid-one's actually rushing an Aghanim Scepter.
Really? Okay.
That is fascinating. Huh. I have not seen this build ever.
No, why do you think that is? I mean, isn't Echo Saber still like a pretty value item right now?
I don't know. I think the Silver Edge is good in the late game, just on most melee heroes, but... Okay, gets the...
Nice catch as he tries to jump into the trees. Doesn't result in a kill, but still cool.
Yeah, that was cool. They're just trying to defend the tower here. That's all Nigma's trying to do.
Yeah, if they finish off this creep, then the siege wagon will start getting banked on by the tower. And they will keep that safe lane tower alive, though. Still, though, on the side of OG, they are still holding that top 2 net worth position. Seb may be a little bit underfarmed because of half the supporting work he's been doing, but it certainly has paid out dividends with 2 very, very farmed cores. The Thompson's going to be able to go in and get the kill on my control.
Middle tower is under attack.
Midone was even cutting in to make sure they actually, man, the freedom with which OG moves around the map, you know?
It is something to behold. Let's just say that. They do not care about roles. Roles do not matter when you are OG.
Miracle just needs a little bit more experience. Just please, sir. Just give me 2 creeps. That's all I want. All I want is my level 6. And all GH wants is goddamn. Yeah, the tree got cut down, and Miracle almost dying there. Back over to the skewer play that does manage to kill Midone. The tree got cut down.
Yeah, that was interesting. I don't know if that was the lift that did that, or some very weird interactions happening with this Monkey King jump right now. And then Miracle dies on the top lane. I think this is the more important kill that we've seen happen. Like, he's kind of the saving grace for Nigma right now.
It's so funny because now, like, it's pushing in, right? You've got your level 6 that's pushing in, but the reason he died in the first place is he was just trying to hold that experience range, trying to stay close enough to get his ultimate so he can heal back up. It's got it now, though. 10-minute power runes, that's what we'll be playing here. Thompson does manage to pick up the arcane rune, turns around, tosses onto the 3. Really good damage.
Tower is under attack.
GH is already level 6, does manage to get the steal of the avalanche here. No tail, he's going to be dying. Supernova inside of the pit. Arman trying to back away from Seb. He's going to be pulled back in by the shockwave. His secondary kill here for Nigma. Timber chain, okay, a little awkward here. He's going to try and get to the other side of this Roshan pit if he can, but the toss is going to keep him inside. So another round of timber chains up in a second here, but then there goes the avalanche. Thompson, every single move that Weehot tries to make is just immediately countered. Miracle, he's going to try and play inside of this one. They have the telekinesis. He does manage to get off the stick charges and gets off the kill onto RMN. It does up him to an unstoppable kill streak, which is what Miracle claimed there for 450 gold.
Thompson's a maniac, man, just walking up that high ground. You know he smells blood in the water.
Trying to catch him. The stolen avalanche kind of interrupts Saksa. They get that kill, even if the Rubik dies here, but No Tail stuck in a corner. What an Earth Splitter, though. And he's going to be able to nail a couple of heroes here. Brings my control really low, and this Seb's just going to be able to man up and kill him. Unless the magic missile, they get the counter double kill for Mind Control as he stays alive. Uh-oh. Is he going to stay alive?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, I don't think there's any vision there for Midone.
Well, you're not as strong as you think you are, my friends. These rotations are constantly coming in. He still only has 2 levels of the reactive armor.
I remember really early on into the tournament, this just does not end.
No, it really doesn't, but GH can't defend himself. Telekinesis and Boundless Strike. Diving this man may be a bad idea. But Thompson's still going to try, or at least he's going to see if GH walks up into the high ground to him.
Structures are fortified.
Almost had the blink on Thompson, but that's going to be huge this game. He's so high level and high net worth that his combo does an insane amount of damage. Like, he can one-hit all of these heroes on Nigma if they're not careful.
They see him. They see Midone. We've got the Slark on the high ground here. Seb, you gotta be careful of this guy. He is kind of scary to fight into right now. Miracle just gets a couple hits before he jumps away. The Boundless Strike, these long-range disables beginning to catch, but the counter Boundless Strike stops Thompson from being able to get off the combo.
The Monkey King's gratitude is worth more than
Just
gold.
to give you an idea of how fast OG are playing in this game, Thompson is like 100 gold away from his blink. I think he's probably sending it out on the courier right now. And they still chose to smoke there. Like, he's 50 gold, right? And they I guess let me hit neutrals for just a few seconds. No, they want to just immediately smoke and run into the high ground, baiting Midone there. Like, there is no downtime with this team. These guys are on fire right now.
They really are, just moving so fast. If the time is right to fight, then the time is right. Doesn't matter about the items. That seems to be a constant OG philosophy is set. He's going to be swapped back into the magic missile stun. That wasn't quite enough to get the kill, but RMN, oh, the spirit is going to run him down. Spirit on spirit action. And Seb walks away with the kill on RMN after they attempted to gank him.
I think Thompson should have his blink now. Makes these a lot more, these fights a lot easier to actually get somebody.
They smoke and just run back in. Killing GH, now Thompson. Okay, they're staying on top of the overgrowth with the supernova. This is going to be a really nice combo. Miracle tries to get with a little damage he can. He gets off the RP at the last second, but the supernova explodes. They still hold this area. It doesn't matter how many spells are cast from the side of Nigma. They still manage to get the blink dagger, jump onto Miracle, so he dies as well. Thompson with the triple. He just does not stop. This man is a monster.
And man, the thing with OG as a team is that when they are at a disadvantage, we see them playing fast like this. And with the 4-gold lead, and I'm scared for Nigma. I don't know.
They want to be able to hold this tower. They're willing to do everything they can to be able to keep it out. That Nature's Grasp is out, slowing down No Tail. But everyone of OG is still, well, most of them are still playing around this area. And in fact, we're going to see him cut in soon. Weehaw's going to take a little time to recover his game. He's now going to be joining in this fight. They do. Thompson jump in from Midone, though. Nails a really good boundless strike. They immediately skewer him outside of his ultimate, though. The Wukong's command is out. But Thompson's going to have a fresh combo pretty soon. He's got the toss up. The Avalanche coming up a second. He sees Weehaw's a little bit low. He's able to finish him off. Blinks ahead of him. You could see he was trying to get the extra kill by blinking on the mind control and tossing him back. Doesn't quite get it. Still though, OG 6,000 net worth lead.
Dude, No Tail looks like, this looks like TI No Tail. The face, like they just a killer instinct face.
So serious.
I'm legitimately terrified. I'm very afraid right now just seeing him. Please don't put that on there again. Frightening.
12 to 22. Total 34 kills in 15 minutes. You know, I expected this pace, but it is exceeding my expectations now at this point. Like, game one was like, okay, yeah, maybe that's what we expect, but this is getting a little too real here. And it's kind of what we were talking about with Weehaw having a rough start to the game, is he just cannot get back into it, right?
They're not giving any space on OG. Yeah. This is the brief moment. This is literally the first time in 15 minutes where there's any space, but there are TPs coming down to the bot lane.
No Tail, is he actually going to be able to survive? No, the Whirling Death. But so many heroes cutting in fast, and Weehaw, he needs the Timber Chain out before Disable comes through. No Boundless Strike. Sox is still in the hunt, though. Looks to be able to chase him down. They're Timber Chain and TP out, because they know OG has an awful lot of chase. Miracle, meanwhile, okay, they spotted him. Can they do anything about that, though? Miracle slides away, so instead they're going for RMN, who also TP's out. Really? Nice clean escape there from Nigma after getting that kill on the Tree Protector.
That is the first breath of fresh air that OG has allowed Nigma to have in this game. Yeah. They have not been playing the side lanes at all. They have not hit a single neutral camp. And the reason that happened is because they split up to get the bounties. Like, there are these objectives you need to take on the map. I mean, Thompson, he's the only one that still has his foot on the gas. He's playing in the enemy damn triangle by himself, which is, you know, typical Thompson play.
And it's double warded, too.
Yeah.
Like Nigma are like, oh, they see me invading this. They double ward their own triangle just to try and put a stop to this.
That's so funny, and he's still there. Thompson doesn't give a fuck, man.
It's gonna be the first time we get a breather, Jenkins.
Yeah.
Man, No Tail's so close. He's right next to mind control. He's a little bit deeper here.
Somebody's in the trees there.
So,
who's that up there?
We've got a Scotty being built up by the Monkey King. That's my control up there.
Oh, he's chilling.
Yeah, he's chilling on the Magnus.
Yes.
Goodness.
Have you thought about this Abaddon center anymore in the Monkey King?
You mentioned Scotty. Seems like he could potentially be going for this. Great against the Slark, great against the Timber Saw. Obviously, I don't even think you need to deal with the Timber, though. Like, the Timber's, his game is just nullified. I don't think he's ever going to come back. This hero doesn't play from behind. But, yes, no farming item, nothing. Like, it's just straight Aghanims. It's kind of crazy, but I mean, this is OG. Like, you look at the things they're doing, you're like, this is nuts. And then they're just stalking Nigma with it. It's like, okay, well, this is nuts, but obviously this is the right thing to do. I need to figure out why they're doing this. I was thinking maybe he'd go like if you're gonna go Ags, like Maelstrom into Ags or something like that, but he looks like he's just going full on like greed, tanky stats. Like if he feels like he can survive, I suppose it's a little similar to like the Faceless Void that people are playing right now.
Sure.
Where instead of playing like this damage dealer in the Chrono, the build was like the Heaven's Halberd into Aghanim Scepter, where you're basically just playing to stay on top of people and take these long fights, kind of like you're almost like a Necrophos, where you want to take these long engagements and drag them out, bristleback. Sure. Similar, except for these like old traditional carries.
And that is interesting that he has that idea specifically against a Slark, you know, which I feel like is not the traditional idea against this lineup, but obviously it's got to be more oriented towards the pace of the game and maybe the rest of the Nigma heroes.
Sure, sure. I mean, if you stay on top of a Slark, he doesn't want to take long fights. I guess that's one thing. Like if you play right around these Nigma heroes, they don't want to take long fights. I mean, particularly because of the Magnus, I would say. Like this hero is one and done. I think a lot of the Nigma team fight really relies on mind control, pressing the right spells. Yeah. Just like we saw No Tail last game, winning the fights with the skewers and you know, great RPs. I think you need that to come from Nigma, because what other form of control do they have? They have Rubik for like these solo picks. They have Venge for maybe some sort of swap play, either defensively or aggressively. But this is all single target. Like the AoE really is Magnus. So if you can just stay on top of
mind control, they did find him and they will stop that TP.
Normally.
I don't know how exactly they knew he was there. They have a ward up there.
There's a high ground ward, but I think he just placed it.
He just placed it.
He was going over there to place it because when you have this crazy 8k gold lead at 17 minutes, you know that Nigma is going to play this extremely split pushy game. People are going to be sitting in trees constantly, so just going to set that up, and luckily he was hit the nail right on the head. He was getting prepared to split push in the exact spot that No Tail warded.
Just another great read by OG.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Miracle's going for BKB next. This is... I would really love to be just buying stat items on this hero, you know, building into the non-BKB items, but in this game it feels like he can't be greedy. He needs something to take off this tree root. Manta would work too, but you don't really like going Manta on Slark. It feels really awkward. You'd love to be able to get by with just like a Sanjin Yasha Satanic, but I think the game might end before then if he doesn't go for the nuclear option, which is the BKB.
A really big scary part of this game to me feels like, yeah, OG's up by a pretty significant net worth, but the map control is going to get really bad here. They're going to utilize that lead and start pressuring down towers, and they're not going to lose any towers in return because that's the specialty of a Treant Protector.
This is true. This is true.
They do not have fast damage on towers whatsoever. It's not like, oh, we're going to take this in one push.
Yeah, when Slark is your best tower damage dealer, you've got some issues. What are you walking in?
That is really interesting. What could be happening with this? So many opportunities here. The rest of Nigma are not going to get here very quickly. They got this injury. They're going to be turning around. Trying to get away with the team. It's just not fast enough. No Tail says, and he's committed, so he's done for as well.
That's right before his blink too. He's not going to have that. That is rough. He would love to have had the blink for that fight. The timings from OG, man, they just aren't giving any space to Nigma in this game. It's so sad watching Miracle just chomp away at a stacked medium cam, and he can't even kill it.
He can't even get it because Mid one's out there.
Oh man, poor Miracle.
Is under attack.
Don't do this to the boy.
I wonder how they knew. It was just like a sentry just to make sure they didn't have a ward outside the pit, or if maybe somebody bumped into him, you know?
Yeah, I think generally it's pretty good practice to just drop a sentry before Roche falls. I know a lot of people have made that a habit just over the years. Too many Roche steals, snatches, you know, you get tired of it. Nice D-ward, really nice D-ward. Heads up, sentry there.
Yeah, that's...
Usually you put it on the high ground.
Dire's bottom tower
Take a
is
gold
under
lead though, it's very
attack.
difficult even with that nice D-ward. Doesn't do much. I don't even think OG needs wards at this point.
Monkey King swinging through the trees, jumps down, gets his statue,
Radiant's top tower
and
is
then lives to
under
the
attack.
tier 2, and kind of just plants his ground and says, okay, this is now my area.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Okay, managing to steal living armor. That That is interesting, because they definitely need something to hold right now against OG. With all their aggression, they're just going to keep going here. The Glyph is going to go out, dodging the Meteor Hammer. Pull back in with the telekinesis, swap back in as well. They keep him inside the base, but they don't really have enough damage to really threaten Mid-1. Oh, and RP doesn't go out in time. Thompson stops him with the toss up in the air. They know No-Tail somewhere around here. They're going to try and cut down all the trees. No-Tail's pulling them further and further away from the barracks. All the trees are gone now, and No-Tail will die, but look how far away they are from this tier 3. Meteor Hammer's going to come in. This tower's almost done. They got to keep it alive, though. With that living armor, they can heal back up to full, but they just can't do it. A jump in from Thompson. Immediately gets 2 heroes stacked on top of each other. The wound guards made to go on. Miracle and Weehawk both able to make their way out pretty easily. Mind Control still ready to go with the RP, but they have to get out of here. Mid-1. Oh, okay. He wants to be able to get that kill. Swap back out. Miracle will survive now. Playing around these stacks as much as possible. Mind Control gets a little bit close. 2-man RP. They can kill one of these heroes surely as they fall back into the tier 4 hour area. Thompson's quite low. Magic Missile does manage to finish him off. They take down the Aegis of the Monkey King as well. He's immediately going to be pounced up. He's going to be stuck underneath this tier 4. The question is, can he actually kill anybody for it? Weehawk actually is the one to go down. Can he get out of the tier 4 area? But they're running out of damage. The statues are blocking their path. They can't get through the Scotty statues. Mid-1 gets away. Weehawk's not going to lit up just yet, though. He is chasing so much Miracle. They get on top of No-Tail, trying to seal some of those stats. Mid-1 almost gets the Chingu stacks up, but he's 1 shy, so he doesn't have that opportunity to regen back up. Mind Control missing the skewer back, going for Sap here. Weehawk should be able to cut him down, and it looks like OG are going to call it quits.
Oh, he runs away.
Yes.
He can't keep himself on Weehawk.
Okay, they do manage to get him finally. Mid-1 is still here. They're still here. They're still dead. Oh, no, they could have gotten out for free, but instead OG, once again, always looking for that team fight, always looking for the opportunity to turn things around. This time it was a misread, though.
It's expensive, though. Lots of buybacks from Nigma there. I think if you're OG, if you're No-Tail in particular, you're probably bonking yourself on the head. It's like, I shouldn't have given the living armor. I probably shouldn't have walked into the base.
It's going to be a dieback for him, right? Or maybe not. I can't remember. 50 seconds. He's dead. Forward swap back to be able to stop the TP there from Saksa. And OG, their relentless aggression may have just bit them in the ass now. A toss on through. Dive. Trying to finish off G8. He's got the still living armor, though. He keeps himself alive with that one.
I gotta say, dude, the MVP of that fight is honestly the living armor. Like, on both sides. Just saving these heroes, keeping them alive, keeping the tower alive, making that such a difficult push, and delaying. I think if you're No-Tail after that, you think, like, I gotta be really careful about giving this ability away, because this is the one thing that Nigma can actually use to delay the game, to let Miracle build up these stacks and possibly come back into this game.
And this is exactly how, yeah, you're right, like, how does Nigma get back into this game? It's entirely around going late game with a Slark against a lineup that will not threaten him very much as time goes on, right? He has been terrorized by Thompson over and over again, but eventually that combo no longer sticks.
Yes, especially when he's going for these strength-heavy items. You know, drums, Echo Saber, BKB, these are all HP items. He's going for the Scotty Master. You can't combo him down with the tiny combo. Where's the disable other than that? There isn't any. Not to deal with the Slark.
OG is still up by 9,000 net worth at 24 minutes in. It is still very early into this game, and I think we have an Aghanim Scepter almost done for Seb. Mid-1's going to be building into a Satanic, so just, again, trying to survive longer and longer in these team fights. It's a very interesting build. It just seems entirely predicated around, like, living for a long time and getting statues out.
Yeah, it's a weird one, but this is not a particularly popular hero right now. It's basically only OG picking it, and usually it's Thompson playing it when they do pick it, so it seems like this is just the build that they think works in the current patch. You know, sometimes you have to spice it up a bit to make a hero work.
Sure. 25-minute bounties. And OG. Maybe one of the first times this game, they're going to take a breather here and farm up their next round of items. They say, okay, we have to give respect to Nigma. We may have been running them over for the last 25 minutes, but if we do not get a little bit of control here of this game, we may end up throwing just like Nigma I wouldn't even say throwing at this high level, right? But just like we may stumble into the wrong fight.
Yeah,
Radiant's bottom
Man,
tower
he's
is
still
under
got living
attack.
armor. That is so annoying for how OG is playing this game. Like this, they're playing fast, and this is the one spell that makes it so that you cannot play fast around these objectives, which are exactly what OG need to be playing towards right now. They're not playing for kills, they're playing for objectives. They've already got the kills. They've already got the gold.
If they can take this tower, it'd be really nice for the side of Nigma, because then they can take that outpost and have a little bit better control of Roshan, because that is going to be very likely the next big objective, as we do still have another 45 seconds until it's up, so I highly doubt OG is going to be pressuring past these tier 2s until then.
Yeah, 100%. This is exactly why they've slowed down. They don't want to just feed away one kill on Thompson, or maybe somebody that doesn't have buyback right before Roche. All of a sudden that Roche fight is difficult, and that's where things can get iffy. That's when you can lose the game.
4-man smoke up, pushing into the triangle. No Tail leading the way here. A blink back. They do catch Weehaw. Uh-oh, Weehaw swapped out by Aramet. Gonna give up his life to protect his core. He's dead for 40 seconds.
It's a pretty good kill. I mean, I think
the tower is under attack.
How does he still have living armor? What's happening here? Did he steal it again?
He had to have, yeah.
Oh no, that was just the last little tick of it.
Was it? Oh, wow.
He might have gotten it a second time, but it did just run out. That was such a pain. And I think there's a reason that he kept it for so long. He knows how important the spell is if he can get it.
And he was playing very safe in all these team fights that were happening. Got to be careful of this Aghanim Scepter here from Thompson.
Tower is under attack.
Well, we talked about how you deal with the Slark. I think this tiny Aghanim Scepter is something that definitely solves that hero a little bit. If he presses his ult at low HP, you can't just survive. It's ground targeted damage.
Okay, so on into the potential Roshan spawning time. It's actually going to be a late one with 2 minutes.
I think that top ward is between 2 sentries. Oh no, they ping it on we. Yeah, it's de-warded.
The Crystallis Thompson is really racking up the damage, almost has his level 18 as well. And this Scotty has just been kind of delayed for Miracle, who right now is playing inside the river.
Oh, they wanted a double damage. You know they wanted it here in Arcane. They gave him the bottle too, preemptively.
See if they can catch mid one. You'll Scepter first. Okay, that's going to lead into the pounce. They're going to try and quickly burst him down. He does not have a BKB, so all that's control right now. It looks like the status is the RP back in, but he got off the super first. Inside the comes man. This is looking like this is for Nigma. They can't even finish off the mid laner of OG. They all in on him. Okay, Weehaw does collect him on his way out, but he is kind of stuck. Timber Chain, TP out. Is he away? He's out. Okay. That may have just saved Nigma's game just a bit, just a tad.
They do have Tiny though. I mean, this hero does quite a bit of building damage when you build a right click like this. You can still push high ground right now and possibly get a Rax. Doesn't look like they want to do that. Thompson's just pushing out the wave. It's a little dangerous with the low respawn timers, and Slark and Timber still being alive, particularly Miracle being alive is a problem. They're pinging him. They know he's there.
Yeah, they know he's around. Miracle is trying to catch him somewhere here, but with this build, you have to actually land that pounce directly. There's no diffusal blade to help you chase or anything like that. Weehaw finally does spots him here with Yule Scepter, trying to slow him down with a Chakram, but this is very rapidly becoming a long chase, which Thompson is more than willing to turn around. A magic missile from long range catches him, but with the retreat here from Weehaw, I'm not sure how brave Miracle could be here. Look at Seth. Uh-oh, be careful that Aghanim Scepter, be careful!
Oh, if there's one more tree there, he's dead. He literally, he ran out of trees.
He ran out of trees.
That was not the duration. He ran out of trees.
One Ironwood branch plan. That would have been the death of Miracle.
100%.
Now he knows, though, and now he's he's got to be a lot more careful of that. Thompson's going to throw out his Aghanim Scepter, and they do manage to hit him with a magic missile. Not fast enough, though. Immediately, buyback comes out from Mind Control. Saksa jumping forward, trying to force any fight at this point in time. As Midone doesn't manage to connect with RMN.
Return to your
they can catch Weehaw as well.
grave,
He's stuck
spirit.
inside the trees. Yule Scepters himself, but how do he get out of here? He cuts through the trees, gets a long timber chain out. Can he get another one? Can he actually buy the time? Thompson laying in the damage? No, he can't get across the river again and again and again. Nigma just keep on getting picked off. Cannot find the opportunity for an actual team fight.
I like that they gave Miracle the bottle. You can see that the way that they're trying to come back into this game is a pretty creative one, where you just give the bottle to the carry and he tries to pick up one of these late game arcane or DD runs, which, you know, you need something to turn the fight at this point, right? And it's not going to come in items because OG is controlling the entire map. So that's how they're trying to do it. He's getting these terrible runes. He first got the regen. Very unfortunate.
Empire's middle tower is under
If we
attack.
see Miracle with the double damage, I think one of these fights can definitely turn.
Sure.
So creative solutions coming out from them on Nigma, but unfortunately not working out their way.
I'm not convinced that another item is actually going to change Miracle's game that much. He's looking at a butterfly that still doesn't handle all the AoE damage that's out there. I think it simply comes down to the fact that he's got to, in many ways, 1v5, and now he's been spotted. Now they're just going to stay on top of him. He still has that BKB. He turns around, tries to draw a little bit of damage. Stomp goes out, and he does manage to get off Shadow Dance. BKB, TP's out. Bound the Strike is there, but of course, Miracle made sure, 100%, that he was going to get out.
Oh, No-Tail had his ult. That's interesting. Choosing to hold it for the next team fight, I suppose. That's a very interesting choice.
Jumping around. Jumping straight in. Mid-one. It's about the strike. He is a brave man that he is. This goes straight to the tier 3. And he's fine. He's got the heals behind him, the sun rays.
With the stat build and the sun ray, you can actually do this. I love how he's playing. This is exactly like how people are playing the faces.
Look at Thompson just charging in the damage at GH, and he forces yet another buyback. The touch of death that Thompson brings. Swap back in. Miracle immediately going to try and bring it down, but they do manage to take down No-Tail and lay Saksa. Still has that opportunity, though, to get off the Supernova, even out without the overgrowth, especially with RMN now dead. A little bit of damage going out where Miracle has to be able to bounce away from it. They always have to play scared of Thompson whenever he's got all these tree tosses ready to go.
This entire game, GH has just been getting one hit by Thompson, and because he's gone for this non-magic damage build, he's still gonna keep getting one hit. Like, you have to play so far back as a support in this game because Thompson is so far.
Dive's bottom tower is under attack.
Look at that damage, man. 1,000 crits.
Can't even feel comfortable about killing that creep wave. Telekinesis sees an opportunity to jump on a mid-one here, get a little bit of damage, but do not give him those Jingu stacks. He still has an Aegis, so mid-one hasn't even had to expend that just yet. Saksa covers his ground, but Thompson actually going in immediately, gets off a combination there. Miracle sees the good opportunity, but right comes from Saxy taking so much damage, so the sun ray is even still burning through him. Fortunately, that's because he's got the BKB, turns around, goes for Thompson, does manage to bring him down. No buyback there, and mid-one stunned up for a time being. If they can actually somehow keep him here, the shockwave pulls him back, skewer back on in, they're not going to let him go. They're not going to be that easy. Mid-one, they can pull out the Warden man, but they take him out. Goes down in return. If they can open up that space for Miracle to get out, it'd be massive. The sun ray tracks him down. He's going to be forced to do a buyback now. Weehaw looks to be able to get back and reset things a little bit more. They couldn't keep OG from retreating, or if they did, they lose the fight that follows.
Similar to the first fight that we saw in the racks, it's, you get a couple of kills, but it's at such a high cost. At this point, you beg the question, like, what item can they get? Can they get a rapier? Does a satanic make the difference? Does a sheep make the difference? It's usually one of these big late game luxury items that you can pick up and it changes the game. Maybe a Bloodthorn. It doesn't feel like there's anything right now. They don't have a rapier carrier. They already have the satanic, I believe.
Yeah. Again, it's like that next item isn't actually going to save Miracle that much. He just, his team is too underfarmed to be able to help him out. I mean, we just got a 35-minute Heaven's Halberd. That's from Weehaw.
And, you know, there's no ranged heroes on OG, so it's not...
Nice pick off off, they can get it, and they should be able to. Yeah. No opportunity to be able to dive away. Midone immediately jumps in on this. Thompson does manage to get the toss up in the air into Miracle. Miracle got to be careful, though. Oh, man. Stays away from all those tree tosses. Man doesn't actually die just yet, but eventually they'll hunt him down. Miracle, though, no longer having his ultimate, no longer having a dark path. Gets tossed up in the air. Thompson brings it down. A die back there from Miracle. And OG.
Normally.
They lose somebody, but somehow the fight that immediately follows, they're still able to get themselves a potential win here. I don't know how they fight without Miracle. They've just been all in on getting him the only farm that's been available to Nigma, and now he's dead for 90 seconds.
You need to skewer into Fountain. This is really OG's game to throw it.
Yeah, Thompson, he just goes in immediately for GH. The first thing every single time. Mind control comes at you right next to Weehawk here, who, despite the reactive armors, cannot put up with the damage being put out by Midone. That is going to be all 5 down. And we're looking at the end of Nigma's run through Omega League here. Last man left to stand in coach RMN before Miracle calls GG. That is it, OG. They get their chance for a rematch against Secret. They are heading to the grand finals.
In that elimination fight, we saw Mind Control jump in and try to hit just, RP just to kind of...
Hey, there it is. There's the no-tail smile we're waiting for.